everybody. Today I'm going to talk for just a few minutes a little bit about preschool. So usually I don't talk about little kids all that much because I feel that unschooling small children is sort of a self-explanatory thing. But sometimes it helps if we have a little bit of intentionality about that, a little bit of preparation about that, because we want them to read, we want to read with them some great books, and we want to make sure that they get lots of hands-on play sensory experiences. Sensory experiences are very important for young children, and we want to make sure that they have lots of time outdoors and have lots of imaginary play opportunities. So one of the things that small children really need to help them organize their mind and help them organize their day and help them to understand their world is to have some level of routine. And that doesn't mean that we have this big, long, extensive schedule or that we have this big curriculum that we do with them every day. But what it does mean is that it's very helpful if we have some kind of plan for them. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I did with my little kids who are now young adults and teenagers that was a little bit intentional, but it was unschoolish in that, they still got to choose books, they still got to choose activities, they still got to do everything that they wanted to do and how they felt led, but it was still me kind of helping to guide them towards the things that I knew would help develop their minds and their bodies so that they would have an optimal experience as they got older. So one of the things that I found recently that actually seems to, I can't even believe it. It matches what I did almost exactly. How often does that happen? It's amazing. So what I did was I used a lot of the classic books. We read, if you give a mouse a cookie, we read The Cat in the Hat, we read fairy tales. We had Hans Christian fairy tales. We had the other fairy tales, all of those types of just core nourishing experiences for kids. And guess what? Now I have a little granddaughter, and I get to redo this stuff with her, and I don't have to hunt for those books because nowadays it can be hard to figure out what to get at the library. It can be hard to go through Amazon with their 7 million books and try to figure out, well, what's really good for my little kid. And just the way that our culture is too, sometimes it can be really confusing to find wholesome, good books and books that are going to reflect our values, that are going to instill cultural literacy, that are going to be books that are going to build our children. So I have found something great that, like I said, it fits what I did, and I don't have to hunt for that stuff for my little granddaughter. So I found the new and revised Sonlight preschool program that is called, it's backwards here on the screen, but it's called Fiction, Fairy Tales, and Fun. And you might think, oh, I thought we were unschooling. We're not using a curriculum. Well, this is so flexible and so gentle and incorporates all the best things that I just talked about without having to hunt for the books, without having to think about or do lots of research about, well, how do I nurture my child and help them in their development? It does it for you, and you can use it as much or as little as you want. So here's some of the books that they have. So we have all the nursery tales. These are all of the classic fairy tales like Cinderella and Gingerbread Man and Jack and the Beanstalk, that kind of stuff. And we have Mother Goose rhymes. Now, you might think, oh, all those sort of silly rhymes that we learned as a kid, but these are sort of core to our culture, and just it's something that like everybody does in their little kids, but it's hard to find this kind of stuff now, right? And the collection of Virginia Lee Burton books, the Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel, and the big snow one that we really liked as well. I had all of these books, but as you can imagine, they were well loved, and they got all torn up and stained and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have them anymore. So they find it really, this is really nice. And we have the Treasury of Picture Books, which contains the Harold and the Purple Crayon, and it contains the mouse and when you give a mouse a cookie, and so many others. These are just a few of the books that are in there. And I was so excited to find this because it's all there. The collection is there. I don't have to hunt for these books. I don't have to sort through Amazon and try to remember all of those great books. They're already there, collected for me. So they have all of those books. And then, as I said, they have the hands-on activities. So we don't do worksheets with little kids, right? The busy sheets, I really don't like those, and I don't sell them in my shop, and I don't promote that for small children. This is what they need. They need hands-on experiences, working with actual shapes, and working with clay, working with or Play-Doh that you make, working with real tools that are made for them, and spending lots of time outside and lots of time imagining and pretending. So I encourage you to check out this program if you really want to have some kind of routine and plan for your preschooler. And because you can use the parent plan, the parent manual as little or as much as you want. You could get this set and just read through the books. Put the books out. Let your child choose the books that they would like to read. You might find they're reading the same ones all over again and over again. You can have the tools available for a special time in the day where you are working with them and they use the tools with their Play-Doh, with their markers and crayons that they have. You can play with this a little bit to make it work for your family. Very often we got preschoolers. Sometimes we got a bunch of older kids too. And these are so easy and gentle and fun and just sort of natural things that little kids need to do to develop, that even an older sibling can do that. They can sit down and read one or more of these great stories with your little one and play with the activities. And there's so much more that I could show you in the box, but I want you to find for yourself. So you can follow the link in the description and you could check it out for yourself. It's really a wonderful program. And I'm very excited to be able to use it with my little granddaughter. And I know that you're going to love it too, even if you're unschooling. And if you're doing something that's sort of unschooling, you're going to love it because it will save you so much time at the library. It'll save you so much time hunting on Amazon, and it'll give you the peace of mind that this is something really good that is going to nurture your child, that's developmentally appropriate, and that will instill that love of learning that we are so after. So check it out. It's the Sonlight Preschool Program, fiction, fairy tales, and fun. I'm so glad that you joined me, and I hope that you look at this and see if it might fit your family.